So students, please take out your notebooks. We're going to do a very important. Do we have white chalks? Can I get white chalks, please? So yesterday I told you about report writing, and when you read reports. When you read reports, we read in the newspaper. Okay. And what are those reports about? They are about incidents that have happened. Yes? Events, incidents, functions, competitions, right? News of importance. Last boy over there, please stand up. Stand up. Stand properly. So what is it that we read in the report? What does the report tell us about the news? What does it tell us? When it tells us about the incident. Yes. Event. Okay. What does it tell us about the incident or event or about the sports or the competition? Whatever. What does it tell us about? Yes. How it happened. Okay. Then when it happened. Where it happened. Why it happened. How we have done. Right? Okay. So all this is there. So when we read about the incident, it is about when, how, where, right? Now, supposing if the incident it is about an accident on the road, what would the report be about? What would be there in the report? Yes, how it happened, then when it happened, where it happened. Why it happened? Why? What do we write in why it happened? Yes. Whose mistake it was? Who was not driving on the right side? Who tried to overtake? Who was there doing rash? So who was there doing rash driving, or was it because of the fog, because of the bad roads? Anything could be the reason. Okay, right? Now, if the report is about a robbery, yes, Vedanti, tell me what would be there in this report? How the robbery happened? Which place? Yes. Which time? Yeah, what time it took place? Which thing it happened? Which thing it happened means? What all was stolen? What all was stolen? What was taken away? Right, sit down. Anybody else? Sit down and behave. Okay. So it is, yes, that who was there in the house? Was there any kind of untoward incident, right? Yes, who are the suspects? So when you talk about a robbery, all these things we have to write about. Well, no, now let me just come to this. Now we think another accident, a robbery. Now supposing you have to write about the function. Very important function took place. And what about that? Yes, who attended the function? Very nice. Where the function was held? Who was the chief guest? Yeah, how, what all took place, and what was the purpose of, what was the reason? Was it an inauguration? Was it a prize distribution? Right? Was it about an important announcement, an important activity? What the function was about? Okay. Now, when you write reports here, you know these reports we write for the newspaper. We write for other places also. Reports on magazines also. Yes, right. So do you think there is anything different here the way this report is written? Yes. No. Is it the same? The reports are mostly the same. What is there? Who reads it? What do you think is read more, the newspaper or the magazine? Yes, read more. Okay. Now, yes, so you have got an idea. This was about the content part. When you look at the newspaper and immediately what is in the first page? Headlines are there. Yes, about the various important events that have happened in the society. Okay. And what is it that you read or on the paper that I'll read this news first. What is it that makes you say I'll read this news first? And like maybe yesterday you or day before also you must have been reading the sports page, right? About India-Pakistan match, right? Yesterday did you turn to the last page to read what happened? No, not many of you would have turned. But yes, you still wanted to read about what is there in the newspaper. You might have read the sports page, isn't it, right? So where the sports news is there. So what is it about the news that we love to read or which makes us decide that what kind of headlines do you read in the newspaper? Come on. Yes, one at a time. Let's see. Yes, Kashrishna, give me a headline you read in the newspaper. What kind? If you read the newspaper, if you listen to the news, give me a yes. What? Tell me. You can give me the headline. Stand up, Karan. What? Yes, corona cases on the rise. Okay. So, city reports 2 cases, right? Okay. What about else? What? Yes. Due to accident, okay, or you can say major accident on the highway. 1 dead, 2 severely injured. Okay. Yes.
Firing on the LOC border.
Firing on the LOC border. Very good. Yes. What else? What other news headlines? Yeah. What Punjab government? Robbery. Okay, give me the headline. Don't give me one word. Give me the headline. Create your own headline. Create your own headline. You can make your own headline. I want to read something in the newspaper, right? So something very interesting. Make your own headline. Make it about a function. Make it about a fire that took place, an accident. Yes, Jen? Okay, Pakistan Prime Minister says they want, right? Who else? Yes. Strike in Punjab. Very good. Yes, Karan. Indian Army has killed Pakistani army. Oh my, the whole army is dead. Now what is Pakistan going to do? Okay, no, think of a better headline. Anybody else? Yes, Angel. Okay, great robbery in Greater Kailash area. Okay, we can say yes. Who has not spoken? Please see 4 hands are there. Who has yes, Satika? Yes, plastics causing death on animals. Yes.
After 29 years, Pakistan won T20.
Okay, Pakistan won the World Cup. Yes. What's your name? Vanika. Okay. What? Okay, great actor's son arrested. Very nice. Okay, so we have anyone with any more headlines? The news is over? It's over? Yes, correct. What? Lockdown for 4 months? We don't want to read this news. No, we're not reading it. Yes.
Ma'am, I thought that it is easy.
Yeah, Yes. Not like this, please. Yes, schools are reopening again and new parliament bill. Frequent landslides, heavy rains. Fine. Now, what is it about the news report? It's a headline. Headline, what does it tell? What the news is about. So we have news about accidents, we have news which are about current affairs, right? We have news about business, we have news about politics, sports, entertainment, everything, isn't it? Right? So what we are going to do, we are going to write a report. Now please look here carefully, all of you. Now you can note this down in your notebook and we are going to talk about the format. When I talk about the format here, once again, there is a headline, right? Headline is in the center of the page. Okay? And this is not a heading. It is not a heading, it's a headline. Heading is what? The caption that you give, the title that you give. What's the headline? It's a brief idea what the news is about. Okay? Right? Yes, please here. So when I read the newspaper, when I read about the report, is the news of today, yesterday, or tomorrow? Yesterday. That means the event is over. Right? It's in the past. Okay. Now here remember that the day of writing the news report is the day of, or generally, you know, like maybe after that we write it, or it could be on the same day. Now when I write a headline, after that what do I write? Yes, I have the byline. And in the byline, what do I do? You will not write the word byline. Yes, you will write your name and you will write correspondent. If it is what is happening here? You can't even complete one sentence in English. You can't stand up. Get up. And you can go there and come on the first page. And tell your class in charge, this boy is going to sit alone on the first page. Sit here and do not disturb. Now when I talk about here for the newspaper, remember this. Let's do for the newspaper first. It would be the name and the correspondent. Correspondent, person who is there writing for the newspaper. Okay, right? So generally do come across like correspondent, you have the Times of India or Indian News Service, anything it could be there. Right? So just giving an example, you don't necessarily have to write this. Then comes the date and the place. Place is where the event occurs. Date is the day of the writing of the report. You will write the date of today. Event would have occurred yesterday. Okay? Right? Now, when I write the newspaper report for a magazine, everything is mostly the same here. It would be name and class. Right? Yes. And because generally they do not fit in the same line, so you can decide, you can put your date and place over here and make it correspondent to the next line. Right? But all of them here, this is your page, center is your headline, right inside is your name and correspondent, left side is the date and place. Here you can move this one line down also. Fine? No problems at all. So when I, in some, like cases you will see, and which is the correct way, that is when we write reports for the magazine, we do not write the place. Only date is given. Okay? But even if you write the place, it is a second. So here, what is the change? What is the first format for? First is for the newspaper report. Second is for the newspaper magazine. Okay, right. Now, if I have to write a report, say about annual day, the 39th annual day. I have written here in capital. Right? Fine. So I've given this heading. It could be prize distribution ceremony at some public school. Right? Okay, now. So, no, you can write in small letters. You can write in capital. There is no hard and fast rule. But because when we read the newspaper here, because the heading is a little bolder, it's a little different, so you can write in capitals also. Okay, right? Now, when I write this report, remember, report is something that is over, done. So which tense am I going to use, Aga? Are you awake? Are you awake, Aga? Please stand up. So what tense am I going to use? Right? I will also use passive. Okay? Right? The use of passive. It is, I will not use personal. Right? Right? So unless and until this report is being written by an eyewitness. Like there was a robbery or there was an accident, an eyewitness is right there. Then it is. Otherwise, no. Okay. Now, when I write my report, I will not give any personal, no, none at all. I talk about accidents and the report is 5 sentences and 10 sentences. My opinion, entirely wrong. I will not say that these accidents are happening because the government is not paying attention to the condition of the road. People also don't follow traffic rules, and that's why there is so much of problem. So the government should look into the matter. Ultimately, putting it everything on government, right? And of course, sometimes and most of the times, accidents because we are careless. So no personal opinion. We're writing about a quiz competition, about an inter-school quiz competition, right? And team A, right? Say it was Army Public School. They won the quiz competition. And yes, your team lost, right? And our team could have prepared better. They should have focused more on general knowledge and trying on personalities or abbreviations and all that stuff. We are not talking about personal opinions. Unless and until I ask you that as a participant of the a quiz, the school quiz team, you took part in this competition and you have to write a report. Then you can get that it was a great learning experience, and that too just in the end you just write 1 or 2 lines, not the whole thing. Otherwise it is description. And writing a report is so easy if you remember these things that we have discussed earlier. Now I'm talking about annual day celebration and SSDPS. Let us just think about the points that I can write. First of all, when I start, I give my heading and everything. Write down, please write the heading and write down the byline, the date and place. All of you. Come on, write down. Write down the heading, write down the byline, write down the date and place. I'm not writing it. Write it down. You're writing it for this topic is this. You're writing a report on annual day celebration. Yes, this is the headline. As a reporter, okay, write a report of the annual day celebrations of Swami Sandas Public School for a leading public day. Done? Here you will write your name. Here you will write correspondent. Here you will write the date. Here you will write the place. Okay, place where the event took place. Okay, clear? Now you given the heading 39th Annual Day Celebration at SS GPS. Fine. Now what are we going to write over here? Let us first of all, you can make a rough draft of it. Make a rough draft of a report. First of all, what is the report? Most important thing when we write a report, our first sentence would be the expansion of our
Title.
title. It's the heading. It's a headline, right? Okay. So 39th Annual Day, yes, was celebrated with great what? Enthusiasm, with great pomp and show at Swami Sandas Public School, Jalandhar. Okay, right? Then comes the next sentence. We talk about, of course, I've given Jalandhar, I've given Swami Sandas Public School, I've given where it was celebrated. Then, of course, I've given when also, yesterday. Okay, or if you want to be more specific, you can give the date. Done in the first sentence, all this is done, right? Next comes that where, when, then comes your all your WH questions will answer. How it was celebrated. Okay, right? Yes, and why it was celebrated. Who was there, right? How when I talk about what all was there in the celebration? There were cultural items. Yes. Okay. Yes, you can talk about the cultural, a lot of you can say number of cultural items like what? Yes. Wait, let's right. So we can talk about a number of cultural items. We can talk about Saraswati Vandana. It's began with that, the lighting of the lamp, right, and the welcome of the chief guest, right. Then we can talk about the cultural items. It could be a skit, it could be a mime, could be yes, a dance, right, a mock parliament, anything that was there. Okay, fine. I talk about cultural items. Okay, I can mention the name of the chief guest. Right. So cultural items, they were also, what was the academic part? Prize distribution. So you can see that the chief guest gave away more than say 200 prizes to the meritorious students in the field of academics, and you can say 100 prizes were given for cultural or you can say co-curricular achievements, right? Then any other special prize that was announced. Okay, if you want to, you can say here a little bit about the cultural items also. Okay, I will start when I start with the function. I'll start how it began. How did it begin? By the lighting of the lamp and by the recital of, say, it could be Ganesh Vandana, Saraswati Vandana, school Shabad, right? Okay, and then of course a number of cultural items were presented, showcasing the talent of the students. And the chief guest gave away, you can give the name of the chief guest, Mr. ABC, gave away the prizes for the achievements of the students in various activities, right? And then after that, how it began, I've given about the activities. Then I talk about how it ended. How would it end? The chief guest gave an inspiring speech and encouraged the students to perform better in future, right? Yes, and of course, it ended. We talked about the vote of thanks, right? So it could be, yes, like principal read out the annual report, highlighting the achievements of the school in various fields. And then you can see the head boy of the school. नहीं वो बहुत लेंथी हो जाएगा. We're not telling all the prices. Okay. So the head boy, you can say, gave the vote of thanks. And the function ended with national anthem. And please here, when we talk about the annual function, we are not going to say that, yes, the school is so beautifully decorated. There were so many flowers all around, and the stage was looking very nice with the bright red curtains. No, right? Or yes, there were refreshments for the guests and for the students and for the teachers. Okay, and then the function ended and the chief guest was served dinner. We are not mentioning all of this. We end up doing this. We can't control ourselves. I know that. Okay. So what are the things that we have to write? You remember now? Yes, I start here with annual day celebration. These are the things that I will mention. Okay. Have you noted down your points? Have you noted down the points? All of you? Yes. Yudang, show me what you have written. Show me a very lengthy report. Please come here. Bring your notebook. Come and write the report. Write the report, all of you. Start writing. Anything else you would like to add? What is the format? Now let me just have a look at the format, or you can say what is it, the heading, what have you written over there in the report. First is your headline. Then on the right hand side, have you written name and correspondent? Whose name are you going to write? Who's writing this report? You are writing. So whose name would come? Your name. Correspondent will remain correspondent. On the left hand side, we write the date. And in date we write in which format? 26th October 2021. Okay? Not 26/10/21. Never ever. Okay, for your language, you're not going to write. Then I write the places where the function could be. No, Jalandhar. I was waiting for this to happen, you know. And please don't talk about the event took place in Jalandhar and you write it from Chandigarh. Okay? That newspaper is very exciting. No, we're writing at the places. So today we're going to do one thing. Your homework for today is look at the newspaper. Look at the headings, look at the headlines, look at the bylines and all that. In the newspaper, the report is very, very short.
We have to write this report in the paper.
Yes, you're going to write this report. You're going to write this report along with all the information that I have given you. What is the report? Where do we find reports? What kind of reports? Yes, you can make separate paragraphs. Okay, you can make here for your different parts, right? How it began, what are the activities, and how it ended, right? You can write a single paragraph. Also, you can make separate paragraphs. So there is no hard and fast rule as such. Okay, clear? No, thank you at the end. Fine. Will you be able to write this report? This is the most easiest report that you can write. What? Format you will write at the beginning. What I have told you, write that in the notebook. Then you write the report. Question you have? Yes. So as a reporter, write a report of the annual day celebration of Samasandas Public School. Yes, students at home, did you note down? Yes or no? Last, why are you writing in the last? When you write it in the beginning. Where are we writing our name? Under the. Any doubts? Anybody? Any questions? No? Fine.